So we saw one of those crosses, fantastic goal, wasn't it, from Everton? Dominic Calvert-Lewin at the far post. No Virgil van Dijk because of his injury. Now, I'm not saying he would have stopped it, but it would have helped having Virgil van Dijk in there, wouldn't it?
Big help, yeah. I mean, he's obviously been a problem when they couldn't win trophies, when they were the nearly men. Then they get Virgil van Dijk, they get Alisson, they win the Champions League, they go on to win the Premier League after such a long period. Now, he was massive for them. And to lose him out of them, you're absolutely right. I mean, Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been scoring goals all season.
And he's brilliant in the air as well.
And he's fantastic, and that's how he wants his delivery. It's almost like, actually, they're communicating with each other. He's speaking to the wide boys, and I know it sounds strange, and it should happen. It happened in my day, but I think they don't talk now. I've been in them dressing rooms, and it's so quiet. But I would say to the wide guy, this is how I like my crosses delivered. Please give me this way. If you do, I will score the goals and we'll win the game. Yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it?
It does make fair sense, yeah. I mean, no surprise, really, that the stats with and without Virgil van Dijk are pretty weighted in the fact that they're better with him than without him. This is Liverpool's Premier League record under Jurgen Klopp, and this is with Virgil van Dijk, 95 games, 92 without him. But look at the points per game. Look how much it's risen with Virgil van Dijk in the team. 2.4 points to 1.9. Goals conceded, much lower, 78 to 110. I mean, the difference, clean sheets, 44 and 30. The difference with and without him is huge.
Yeah. I mean, it's not only what he gives you as a player, it's how he helps out the person who's playing next to him. Because there's always question marks, wasn't there? We asked question marks about Lovren. When he played with Lovren, all of a sudden Lovren looked like a player. We weren't sure about Gomez. When he's played with Gomez, he makes him better. I think he makes the whole back four better. And the goalkeeper behind obviously helps as well. I mean, I don't even like looking at this. I mean, Virgil knows he's getting whacked there. I mean, he tries to... I mean, it's impossible to get out of the way. He's coming like a steam train, Jordan Pickford, into him there. And that is a horrible challenge. Real shame. We wish him all the best to get back as soon as
When I saw him
possible.
walking away like that, I was hoping it wasn't going to be a serious one. It looked like he might be okay, but it looks like a bad one. He could be out for the season. Yeah.
Well, that's going to obviously a huge miss for Virgil himself, but for Liverpool fans and the Liverpool Football Club themselves. But they've got a very good manager. They need to find a solution.
How do you... I'll just go to the results, sorry. Or get the game up against Everton. How do you anticipate Liverpool changing then?
But they've got...
Without Van Dijk, what do you expect them to do?
Well, I don't see any of the young boys coming in. They've got a few options, young kids who they might go. They won't do that. Well, they'll go with Fabinho at the back there.
Is that what you think they'll do?
I'll go with Fabinho or
let's take
or Gomez in there.
Let's take Van Dijk out the team, okay? Gomez in?
Yeah.
Yes? Or are we going to see Gomez and Matip, or Gomez or Matip?
Well, this is the options. He's got Gomez on Matic, or Fabinho or Matic, or Fabinho and Gomez.
You're Jurgen Klopp.
If I'm Jurgen Klopp, I'm putting Fabinho back there.
I am as well.
I think he's more of the thinker of the game. I think he reads it better. I think he's a better communicator. He's got a calming influence. And I think they will go with a double block in front. They're going to have to adjust the midfield area. So it'll be Henderson and Wijnaldum in front.
Well, my argument to that is, why one injury are you going to change your whole philosophy? So Jurgen Klopp, since he's been at the club, has gone 4-3-3.
Yeah.
Yeah? Why change to a 4-2?
Because they never won anything without Virgil van Dijk.
Well, I get that.
And I think he needs to change.
Do you not think he'd do this? Does that not make more sense?
Possibly. I mean, everyone wants to. If I've got,
he's still then got the defensive mind of Henderson there, hasn't he?
I mean, if you've got Thiago in your squad, you want to play him. I would want to play him every minute. I think the guy is a little genius, but he's not going to give you nothing defensively. He's going to help you keep the ball, so you haven't got to defend. So he's got to weigh up his options. I think he's, first and foremost, he's got to find the best partnership. It's not necessarily who the best defenders are between Fabinho and Gomez and Matip. It's who plays the best together. So what you do during the week as a manager, when you're having the short-sided games, when you're doing your team pattern, you play them. You keep changing the bibs. Change over. Now you two have a go together. And you see who works the best together. It's not necessarily who's the best individual players.
I think I'm right in saying Gomez and Matip haven't started a Premier League game together.
Yeah.
At centre-back. There must be a reason for that. Is it the communication? Is it
Possibly.
the talking?
Well,
maybe. Because I think that's what he brings. You know, obviously, Van Dijk does when he plays. He's a talker. He's an organiser. He pulls people into position. I think Fabinho probably offers that a bit more as well.
Yeah. I think a massive help would be if Alisson comes back. I think that's crucial to the operation now. I think that like Adrian at the moment is a worry, and now Van Dijk out as well is a double whammy. I think when Alisson comes back, hopefully it'll be a week or two because he's back into training, so it's not as long as we first thought. Then Jurgen's seeing these guys every single day on the training field. I think you're right. I think it'll be he's got so many midfield options. He can go Fabinho back in because he really does trust him.
Is Van Dijk the most important player in that Liverpool team, do you think?
Yeah. I think he was...
So his loss is the biggest. If they were to lose Salah, for instance, they're losing 20-plus goals. If they lose Mane, they're losing 20-plus goals. Yeah. If they lose Van Dijk, what exactly are they losing?
They're missing a leader, but they're missing the problem. I think that they identified Michael Edwards, who's the best sporting director in the game at the moment. You've seen that with the recruitment, what he's done. They haven't got a scattergun approach there at Liverpool. They identify problems and they go and fix it. And that's what he did with the goalkeeper, Alisson, and with the centre-back in Van Dijk. They pushed the boat out. They went, that's our man. We need to get him. I don't care what it costs. And they got him. And he fixed all their problems very, very quickly. They won 2 trophies.
Yeah. So Liverpool now second favourites in your eyes, do you think, to City?
I think this is a huge blow. I think they can get over him. I think the manager's a very creative manager, and I think he can find a way. Let's face it, the majority of the games they play, they don't have to do too many defending. Yeah. So it depends how the fixtures fall. But if he's out for a season, then they're going to miss him. And yeah, I give advantage to Man City.
Absolutely, they're going to miss him. Let's go upstairs to Leroy. Are the Liverpool fans getting in touch, Leroy?
Well, they certainly are, Matt. And I've got this question from Ismail regarding Van Dijk. He says, what should Liverpool do now about their high line? It seems to be a part of the new pressing football under Klopp, Tim. What should they do without Van Dijk? Should they keep playing that high line?
Yeah, I think they keep the same line. I don't think the line changes because I think Fabinho is a very good runner as well. He reads the situations, he gets on his bike, and he's not bad pace-wise, you know. I think he can cope. Gomez, we know, is quick. Matip is not so quick.
Do you think then these two won't go as far forward, no. Robertson and Alexander-Arnold?
That is another solution, what he could do. He could keep them tucked in. Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, he can keep them tucked in and secure the defence a lot more. He's not going to do that because they provide so much ammunition for the front three. So he cannot take it away. Like you're saying, one position, you can't change your whole philosophy. No. I think he can tweak it. The only way I see him tweaking it is the midfield. I think he'll go with a double pivot in front. Wijnaldum, Henderson in front, and maybe Thiago as a 10.
OK. Anything else, Leroy?
Yeah, well, I've got an example, guys, of why keepers shouldn't dribble. You know, when they want to come out and play in training, they should not dribble. And there's a picture here of Queeveen Kelleher, the substitute goalkeeper at the weekend. Here's a picture. Fast asleep, dribbling. It should never be allowed. Why is that what number 2 keepers do? Because they don't expect to get on nowadays? Because they usually sat on the bench? Well, this is Liverpool are 2-1 up. Last 15 minutes, he should be getting ready to come on. He is fast asleep. Sleeping Beauty. Queeveen, make yourself ready.
You ever been asleep on the bench, Tim?
Never been on a bench.
That's a lie.
Very good answer.